In the first 3 months of 2024, China has seen a series of fires and explosions hinting at social unrest. An explosion happened at a business in Huai'an, Jiangsu province, on March 16th. Several shops were reduced to rubble, with shattered glass debris scattering dozens of meters onto the road. This event is just one of the more recent fire incidents since the beginning of March. Fires plagued the country at the beginning of March, coinciding with major political events in Beijing. On the evening of March 11th, the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, CPPCC, and the National People's Congress, NPC, came to a close. An explosion rocked a chemical plant in Huanggang, Hubei province. Flames soared into the sky, accompanied by deafening roars that visibly shook nearby buildings. Witnesses, struck by panic, described the scene.
The fourth explosion happened now, and we all ran back. It was so scary. Think about it. The explosion shook the nearby windows and floors, and the flames shot into the sky, right opposite me. It was so scary.
An explosion occurred at an asphalt concrete company in Jishou City, Hunan province. Thick smoke rose from the embers. From a distance, a mushroom cloud could be seen. Medical staff at the scene were busy treating the injured. Official media said the accident resulted in 2 deaths and 4 injuries. Sparks generated during the demolition of the factory ignited the heavy oil barrel below. On the same day, another explosion occurred in Anhui province. A state-owned energy giant, Huaihe Energy Holdings Group coal mine in Xieqiao, experienced a gas explosion in a sealed working face. According to official reports, 24 individuals are in critical condition, 2 were missing, 7 died, and 1 underwent surgery. The cause of the accident remains unclear. On March 12th, a fire broke out at a tire warehouse in Baiyun, Guangzhou, causing flames to soar and thick smoke to billow. After 3 hours, the blaze was finally extinguished, leaving approximately 400 square meters destroyed. Official sources reported no casualties. March 13th witnessed another tragic incident, this time in Yanjiao, Langfang, Hebei province. A restaurant exploded, reducing the entire building to ruins. The impact shattered the windows of nearby vehicles, with vehicles destroyed up to 100 meters away. Debris, smoke, and embers were everywhere. Official media reported 2 deaths and 26 injuries, but judging from the severity of destruction, the explosive yield could potentially be equivalent to 100 kilograms of TNT, leaving doubts about the actual casualties in such a densely populated area. Notably, when Chinese state-run media, CCTV, attempted to report the news live, their broadcast was interrupted. Individuals in black blocked the camera, forcing the studio to terminate the live connection. Journalists at the scene were even surrounded, pushed, and forcibly removed. Additionally, on March 13th, at 9:30 a.m., a severe fire broke out in Dalang Town, Dongguan, Guangdong. High flames and smoke obscured the sky. On March 14th, around 7 a.m., a serious fire occurred near the tea market under the overpass in Yingkou, Liaoning province. Witnesses described the smoke rising like a black dragon. They said the fire originated from a logistics company's warehouse. Over 20 fire trucks arrived at the scene, with numerous firefighters engaged in extinguishing efforts. March 15th, Tianjin, a coach and a bus collided on a bustling urban road. The tremendous impact echoed throughout the neighborhood as both vehicles were engulfed in flames. The fire spread quickly and thick smoke enveloped the skyline. Official reports stated 1 fatality and 37 injuries. Since February 11th, forest fires blanketed southwestern China one after another. There were as many as 11 forest fires and 222 other fire incidents. These fires affected over 30 cities, resulting in the deaths of 2 firefighters. Cities saw an unusual rash of fires too. On the night of January 19th, a fire broke out in a school dormitory in Fangcheng County, Henan province, claiming 13 lives and injuring 4. In the early hours of January 23rd, a fire erupted in the Garden Expo Park in Jinan City, Shandong province, resulting in the loss of 4 lives. CCTV covered the event. On the afternoon of January 24th, a shop caught fire in Xinyu City, Jiangxi province, killing 39 and injuring 9. On the evening of February 19th, a large truck caught fire on the Yingkun Expressway in Yibin, Sichuan province, engulfing the surrounding forest. On the afternoon of February 24th, a fire erupted in an industrial park in Chengdu, Sichuan province, with a deafening explosion and billowing black smoke resembling a tornado. resulting in the destruction of most factory buildings. In the early hours of February 23rd, a fire broke out in 6 buildings of the Ningxin West Garden in Yuhuatai District, Nanjing, Jiangsu Province, killing 15 and injuring 44. On the same day, a high-rise building in Jiamusi, Heilongjiang Province, caught fire, with flames piercing through the structure. Similarly, a fire broke out in a 13-story residential building in Ningbo, Zhejiang Province. On February 11th, a fire broke out in Chunbo Park, Heze City, Shandong Province, and 6 vehicles were burned into scrap metal. The series of explosions and fires have left observers deeply concerned, yet the full extent of unreported disasters remains uncertain. Factors such as Xi Jinping's centralized authority, mounting financial pressures affecting the operational capacities of public institutions, and diminishing benefits for civil servants nationwide have fostered a culture of passivity among officials within all levels of the CCP system. This has resulted in lax precautionary measures and a lack of coordination in public facilities. For instance, speculation surrounds the major explosion in Langfang, Hebei Province, attributing it to the reckless construction practices of the local subway, which allegedly caused extensive damage to underground gas pipelines. It's unlikely that a gas leak from residential users could trigger such large-scale explosions. Some commentators argue that if this trajectory persists, public safety incidents are likely to become more frequent. Moreover, under the rule of the CCP, the official approach to disasters has always been to cover up and prioritize social stability. CCTV, the official mouthpiece of the government, can report extensively on explosion incidents in Pittsburgh, USA, but when it comes to reporting similar incidents in their own country, they are now obstructed by local police in the name of maintaining stability. CCTV is directly affiliated with the state council at the ministerial level, but lower-level county public officers dare to stop their broadcast. This demonstrates that from top to bottom, the CCP's top priority is political security and the utmost concern is to maintain stability, even if it means subverting authority. Renowned vlogger and veteran media figure Wu Yuesan-ren says blocking the broadcast is considered polite compared to past incidents of reporters being beaten and camera equipment being smashed. It seems that China in 2024 has reached a tipping point. Over 2 years ago, news about mentally ill patients in Shenzhen surged on social media. Shenzhen's mental hospitals were overcrowded, with many patients being entrepreneurs. This reflects the mental state of Chinese people living under economic decline. Today, the mental distress seems to have worsened. After 3 years of zero COVID measures, the Chinese people have once again fallen into despair due to unemployment, bankruptcy, homelessness, and dissipated investments. Exploitation from the privileged class has become increasingly unscrupulous. Social justice is almost non-existent. The space for voicing opinions hardly exists. It is common for ordinary people to have no recourse to grievances. Hundreds of millions of people struggle to make ends meet. Countless people find it difficult to face heavy burdens such as debt, medical care, education, and elderly support, and feeding their families is becoming a challenge for more and more people. As a result, a huge gap between the rich and poor has emerged in China. The resentment and pain of the Chinese people seem to have gotten unbearable. Could it be that on some level, these fires and other incidents are acts of rebellion? Nowadays, an increasing number of Chinese people with grievances find themselves kneeling at the Baogong Temple, seeking justice. In ancient Chinese history, Baogong was an official who feared no authority, dedicated to impartially enforcing the law, embodying an image of fairness and justice. This short video from China shows a woman kneeling in front of the Baogong Temple, crying tears of sorrow. One cannot help wonder the extent of her suffering. It's ironic that in modern-day China, where Marxist materialism reigns supreme, people pray to the ancients while repeating the brainwashing anthem, "I love you, China." In Beijing, 3 places consistently have long queues every day: Mao Zedong Memorial Hall, the National Petitions Bureau, and the U.S. Embassy. These 3 queues represent fantasies of the past, grievances of the present, and aspirations for the future. Those who fantasize about the past look to the founding father of Chinese communism for answers. Those who have grievances with the present struggle to make their voices heard, usually to officials who are willingly deaf. Those looking towards the future are making their escape plan. They know they must flee from an authoritarian society. In early March this year, the term 10 don'ts became popular on Chinese social media, listing 10 things young people will no longer do, including not donating blood, not donating money, not getting married, not having children, not buying houses, not buying lottery tickets, not investing in stocks, not buying funds, not helping the elderly, and not being emotionally moved. Some see this as youth passivity, but from another perspective, it's a form of resistance. Nonviolence and non-cooperation is just the first step. Chinese youth shocked the nation with the phrase, "We are the last generation," on Chinese social media. They even go so far as to shout at police officers, "Xi Jinping, step down." Such movements constitute a modest advancement in the younger generation's struggle in China, and it signifies an awakening among citizens. As the calls for freedom and justice grow louder, the end of the CCP's rule grows nearer.